Hi, I'm Nyimah McCauley, and you're watching AccessTV.org.
Hi, and welcome to AccessTV.org. I'm your host, Nyimah Jackson, and today's guest is Mr. Michael Hunt. He is a youth specialist at Blue Hills Civic Association, and he'll be talking to us about the BHEST Program. So stay tuned. Hi, and welcome back to Shaping the Next Generation on AccessTV.org. Today's guest is Mr. Hunt. How are you doing today, Mr. Hunt?
I'm doing fine, and yourself?
I'm doing great. So tell me a little about yourself.
Well, I am a native of Hartford. I've lived outside of Hartford to come back recently in my latter years to take part in the system. And with that, I mean just kind of growing the system with the young people. I enjoy working with the youth, and I believe they one day will take care of someone like myself, so I'm coming to give back.
And why did you join Blue Hills Civic Association?
I felt with the reputation that Blue Hills Civic had that it would be, very conducive with me, and it was a good match, and I thought there was a lot of residents there, so it just kind of made sense to come back to the Blue Hills area where most of the youth are of today in Hartford.
Can you tell me a little bit about the BHEST program?
The BHEST program is a program that we use to get our youth ready for education, not just education, but also for employment. So we're using both education and skills that they're going to need to use for job readiness. And we're working with youth from ages 17 to ages 21. So some are in school, some are out of school. But we're looking to hopefully get them to have a goal. And our job is to make sure they attain their goal and make sure they're ready to work to be employable.
What skills do you focus on teaching them?
Well, there's a number of skills that we focus on, and not everyone's the same. Mm-hmm. Some need work-related skills, and some need to be educated in math or it's English. So everyone's different. There's not any particular skill that we work on. So we kind of run the entire gamut. We'll take someone who had no experience, not babysitting or anything, and we'll show them the ropes. We'll take someone who has also worked, all their high school career or they've had a number of jobs, and so we'll take them and hopefully give them to reach for the next level. So they've already had that little small job. Let's see what else we can do with those skills they already have currently right now.
And what kind of hardships do you see the participants face?
I think the hardship that each one faces is basically trying to find out exactly what he or she wants to become. It's so easy to say, I want to be a doctor or I want to be a nurse, but what does it take to become that? And what can I look forward to having as far as a paycheck and what I'm going to do with my paycheck? I think so many times that we think just because we graduated, we're ready for the real world, we're ready to go out there and tackle on or take on the responsibilities of getting a job when you just be starting to know yourself. So sometimes we have to, take a step back and breathe a little bit and find out exactly what it is. What does it entail? What's the salary? How long will it take me to get from here to there? So we have to take a look at everything, and not everybody is the same.
Okay. I read on the website about a success coach. What is that?
That would be me. I'm a success coach, and again, my job is to take where they are currently right now, and see to it that they have gains. See to it that we're making sure that we have some 3-month goals, 6-month goals, 12-month goals, and then ultimately a 24-month goal, and then we'll stay in touch throughout, just to make sure that we're always striving towards that goal. And sometimes the goal has to be erased, and then we have to start on a new chapter. So my job is to make sure that we're successful in every endeavor that we push forward.
Does the BHEST program just work with the Blue Hills area or just Hartford?
Majority of our students are in the Blue Hills area and from Hartford, but we also will take on some other students outside the Hartford area. We mainly work with the local colleges here in the Hartford area.
Are there any qualifications that a student must reach to join the BHEST program?
There are certain qualifications one has to, qualify for the program, number one, and certain we have to do a background check and to make sure that it's a good fit for both the program and the student.
Have you ever had an experience where a student maybe doesn't want the help? Like if they're stubborn to actually go ahead and do what they have to do to get a job?
Well, absolutely. It's funny because I kind of look at them and I remind myself that I too was in their shoes, and I remember those days when I thought I knew everything. I graduated and then no one could tell me anything. So I have to look, back and remember that I once were in those same shoes. And absolutely, we have the same young people who say, okay, I've heard it all before. I heard it from grandma. I've heard it from my uncle. I've heard it from everybody. I'm hearing it from you again, Mr. Hunt. I really don't want to hear it anymore. So, of course, the defensive system goes up. But once they see that we're here to help them, they allow us to kind of, help them and hopefully push forward and push through what it is we need to push through.
How does BHEST help shape the future leaders of tomorrow?
Well, it's funny you asked that question because we start off not really knowing each other, and as we get working, towards, the semesters, and we tackle on one semester, we have another semester, we start to see that we're making some progress here. We start to see what we thought we were good at. Maybe we're not good at that. Maybe our real passion is for something totally else. So our job is to help them find early what their passion really is. And again, I always tell them, I said, one day you're going to take care of Mr. Hunt, because Mr. Hunt's not going to be young forever, and I'm going to look to you for your strength, for your courage, not to be afraid, but to take that step, and fly that coop and just be independent. So we make sure that everybody's independent, can do everything they need to do on themselves.
Yeah. How did the BHEST program get its start?
The BHEST program started a few years ago. I believe it was Miss Vicky and Keishima Jones started to take on this role where we wanted to kind of work with those that have graduated from the local area high schools, just to kind of follow them through college and make sure that they were getting some help as they were in college, because not everybody comes from a family who's gone to college or have that experience while they're in college. So many kids go, but they don't stay. We'll make sure that they stay in college and finish the course.
Okay. What kind of advertisement does the BHEST program do to let people in the community know that they're here to help them?
Well, definitely we are a big component on being in the community. We did neighborhood cleanup. We've gone to the hospitals, handing out blankets. We tend to stay within the community. We even helped at Open Hearth and fed the homeless. So we're always out trying to help. That is a requirement, that we have so many community hours for each student of ours, because just like I'm giving back, we feel that it's important for them also to give back. So we advertise, we go door to door, we flyer, we just make sure that we're making some type of noise here in the community.
What kind of partners does the BHEST program have?
Oh, well, we have partners all over. We've worked with the VA. That was a great opportunity. We also work with Rambua. We work with a number of different organizations, some churches, the Y. So we're spread out because there's a lot of us, but everybody can't do the same thing. So.
And how can our viewers contact you if they want to enroll?
If they want to enroll, they can go to our website, look us up. Certainly they can send us an email or give us a call, and certainly we'd love to hear from them. Send me an email. I believe my information is on our website as well, so they can definitely get in contact with us. We'd love to talk with you every day.
Okay. Thank you for coming in and answering all my questions.
Well, thank you for having me. I really appreciate the opportunity. Thanks.
And we'll be right back with participants of the BHEST program, and they're going to share their experiences. Hi, and welcome back to Shaping the Next Generation. I'm sitting here with Josiah Redding, and he's a participant in the BHEST program. How are you doing today?
Very good.
So, how did you get involved with the BHEST program?
It was back around the summer of 2013. I had just finished my first year at Capital, where I'm studying for an associate's in architecture and engineering. Around that time, I was trying to find some type of program or something that I could be able to work toward getting a job, because as a college student, I also have other expenses that I need to take care of. Eventually, I had heard from one of the counselors at Capital about the BHEST program at Blue Hills Civic. Me and my brother had went there one week, and we happened to meet Kishima Jones. She had basically told us about the program and what they have to offer. And so we had then filled out the paperwork, handed in some resumes and other pertinent information. And in the following weeks, we were in the program ready for the fall semester.
Now, what has your experience been like working with Kishima and Michael?
The experience was very nice. They understand the importance of school, so that's why they try to work around our schedules where we could all meet. Personally, they would have each student. They would have each student come to meet them, or at least once a week. They would take time out of their day to figure out what's going on with us, where we need help in school, or in all, just to basically a quick checkup, just to see how we're doing, just to say, hey, if there was any problems. If there were, they would first listen to our problem if we had one. And then they would come up with possible suggestions to help us with it, whether it be in schoolwork or maybe personal or otherwise.
Now, what kind of problems have you encountered or overcome?
One of the major problems as a college student is actually trying to find work. I've actually made some progress with that because of the BHEST program. They are always attentive in all types of jobs that they offer. They would show us different opportunities, whether they be part-time, temporary, or such. Any type of job, whether or not they were within our major or area of interest, they would provide them to us. But they will also try to work toward our areas of interest if for that type of job.
And for students coming into the program, what advice do you have for them?
The best advice I could have for them is to be prepared, to be open, also be prepared to be welcomed. They are very inviting, very understanding, and all in all, good people.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
And we'll be right back with our next guest. Hi, and welcome back to Shaping the Next Generation. I'm here with another participant from the BHEST program, Ms. Kendra Castillo. How are you doing today?
I'm good.
So tell me about your experience at the BHEST program.
Well, it has been a nice experience because you, for me, have been a great support.
And how did you find out about the BHEST program?
I was in a program for high school students before the program, but it was in Blue Hills Civic Association. So I was in the SEL program, and when I graduated from high school, I transferred to the BHEST program for college students.
Now, what kind of hardships has BHEST helped you overcome?
Choosing my classes and also applying for jobs. They have been a great help teaching us how to do our resume and how to get us in the real world.
And what kind of job are you looking for?
Well, my major is radiology, so I always looking a health-related job, like in the health field or in a hospital.
And what advice do you have for people coming into the BHEST program?
Get ready to work hard for what you want. That's all.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
and we'll be right back with our next participant. Hi, and welcome back to Shaping the Next Generation. Our guest now is Jherod Redding. How are you doing today?
Doing good. I'm very happy to be here.
Good. So, how did you find out about the BHEST program?
Well, my brother was the one who told me about the BHEST program, and he was the one who talked to me about it from what his knowledge was with Miss Nyimah Jones.
Mm-hmm.
I went along with him to the BHEST Program's building. There we talked with Mr. Hunt and his father, Mr. Hunt Sr., about what the program entailed during the time. Again, it was during the summer of 2013 when we were both looking for some employment.
Mm-hmm.
After we discussed it, we found out that it wouldn't be during the summer, but rather during the school year, in which I found that to be very interesting. So that way I could figure out how I would do my classes while at the same time building up on career special points.
What has your experience been like working with the BHEST program?
At first I thought I wouldn't need it because I'm a student who has been on the dean's list, and in fact has been in such forms like the Honor Society and Honor Roll since middle school. So I thought at first that this would just be like a quick brush up or something a little extra to do, but rather I found that it was very engaging.
Mm-hmm.
It's helped me with my resumes, helped me with presenting myself in an office or an interview, and helping with others with such skills.
What kind of challenges has BHEST helped you overcome?
Well, my one thing I always wanted to actively do, which the BHEST program supplied, was doing mock interviews to practice up and brush up on how to present yourself during an interview. That was one thing I really wanted to be able to practice, and which I thank Ms. Jones, Mr. Hunt Jr., and Mr. Hunt Sr. for, as well as the other participants of the BHEST program. I really did believe it was helpful.
What kind of advice can you give to incoming participants of the BHEST program?
You have to be patient at first. It's not going to be a easy process, so much in the form of that. It's going to start out slow. At first, it was just me and my brother and maybe a third person showing up at the meetings first. Mm-hmm. But quickly as time passed, other people decided to come and join the program as well. And so it grew into what you might say a small group of maybe 10 people, and it was really engaging. Another piece of advice I would say is that you have to be willing to actually do this. This is not a program that you can just sit around and just say, oh, I'm just going to bum around here. It's actually a program where it will have you work on skills you will use in the workforce and skills in general sense to find a job.
Thank you for coming in and sharing your experience with us.
I thank you too as well.
And we'll be right back after this.
At Hartford Public Schools, we care about one thing above all, the future of our kids. That's why we're dedicated to providing all students with the knowledge and skills needed in the new global culture. Hartford Public Schools is thriving. More student success stories, more world-class facilities, more university and corporate partnerships, more amazing talent coming and staying in Hartford. This is how education is supposed to work. Welcome to Hartford Public Schools, where the future is present.
Thank you for joining us on Shaping the Next Generation on accesstv.org. A special thanks to Mr. Hunt and all the BHEST participants for coming in and sharing their experiences with us. I hope you found our program interesting, and I hope you definitely look into the BHEST program at Blue Hills Civic Association. And remember, we're here to make up and shape up a better generation. Thank you.